Welcome to the deep dive. So, you've given us the day 2 coverage from 107th PGA Championship at Quail Hollow, and, well, our job is to sift through it all and pull out what really matters.
Exactly. And day two, it certainly didn't disappoint. Charlotte gave us quite a bit to talk about.
Yeah, it felt like things really heated up, record shots, some rules drama, tough course, shaky weather, the whole package.
Absolutely. You had, historic moments, players battling the course, battling the conditions. The picture for the weekend is definitely starting to come into focus now, I think.
And leading that picture, still, is Jhonattan Vegas, though maybe feeling a bit more heat now. Okay, let's get into it, starting with the leader.
Right. Jhonattan Vegas, he's holding strong at 8 under par after 2 rounds. Pretty impressive navigation of a really tough course.
He looks solid, but didn't he finish with a bogey on 18 Friday?
He did, yeah. A late double bogey, actually, on the 18th. That one might sting a little going into Saturday.
Oof, a double. You know, he had that quote saying, every chance you get to lead a major is never easy. Really highlights the mental game, doesn't it?
It really does. And finishing like that, especially on 18 at Quail Hollow, yeah, that can definitely play in your mind.
How much do you think the chasers notice something like that? Like, does it give them a little boost seeing the leader stumble, even slightly?
Oh, for sure. They'll see that as maybe a small crack opening up,
Yeah.
something to target, especially as the pressure ramps up over the weekend. We've seen majors swing on less.
Definitely something to watch with him. But speaking of swings, that Siwoo Kim moment.
Yes, the hole-in-one. Just incredible.
Tell us about that again. It was a long one, right?
Long doesn't quite cover it. It was the par 3-6 hole playing a massive 252 yards, and he aced it.
152 yards.
Yeah. And get this, it's the longest hole-in-one ever recorded in the history of major championships.
The longest ever. That's just insane. You see something like that, does it just propel a player forward, or can it almost be like too much excitement?
That's always the question, isn't it? It's a huge boost, obviously. Massive confidence surge, 2 shots gained just like that. But yeah, sometimes the extra attention.
Right.
But Kim seems to be handling it okay. He's right in the mix now, sitting at 6 under par.
And he's got company there too, right?
He does. Tied with Matt Fitzpatrick, who shot a really solid 68, and also Matthew Pavon. Pavon had a fantastic round, a 65.
Okay, so Vegas at 8 under, then a pack at 6 under. Suddenly that lead looks a bit less comfortable.
Exactly. Things are tightening up. And another guy really making a move was Max Homa.
Oh yeah, that 64 was something else.
Wasn't it just? His lowest ever round in a major. Reports said his iron play was just dialed in, pinpoint accuracy.
And the putting looked confident too.
Looked totally assured. When Homa gets that combination going, he's dangerous. That round vaulted him right up the leaderboard. Big statement.
So lots of guys moving up. But on the flip side, the cut line, it claimed some pretty big names, didn't it? Came in at +1.
Yeah, +1 was the number. And quite a casualty list. Jordan Spieth missed a +2. Hideki Matsuyama and Justin Thomas, both major winners, out of +3.
Wow.
And then you had Brooks Koepka, Patrick Reed, Phil Mickelson, all going home early.
That's a serious amount of major hardware missing the weekend.
Tells you everything about how tough Quail Hollow is playing. No room for error, even for the very best.
And Rory McIlroy, he flirted with that cut line pretty closely, didn't he?
He did, yeah. Managed to get in right on the number, +1. He actually played really well on his front nine, shot a 69 for the day.
Yeah, so some fight there.
Definitely. But then he bogeyed the 18th, which made things a bit sweaty there for a moment. He's in, but he's got a lot of ground to make up Saturday.
Right, starting way back. And Scottie Scheffler, after maybe a slower start Thursday?
Scheffler did what Scheffler does. Bounced back nicely with a 68 on Friday.
Okay.
Gets him to 5 under par. So, yeah, just 3 shots back now. You absolutely cannot count him out. He just hangs around, doesn't he?
He really does. Okay, away from the leaderboard for a sec. There were withdrawals and that rules thing with Shane Lowry.
Yeah, a couple of withdrawals. Sahith Theegala pulled out before the round, unfortunately. Neck injury.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, tough break for him. And Patton Kazir WD'd during the round. No official reason given on that one yet. And then, yeah, the Lowry incident. His ball plugged, embedded in the rough.
And he wanted relief.
He did. Argued his case,
Yeah.
but the officials denied it. You could see he was, let's say, quite unhappy about it.
Yeah, I saw clips. Looked pretty heated.
It definitely sparked a lot of chatter online about, consistency in rulings, interpretations. Always happens when something like that goes down in a major.
Always seems to be one rules debate per major, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, looking ahead now to Saturday. The weather. Sounds like it might be a factor.
It certainly could be. The forecast is looking, well, a bit messy for Saturday morning. Showers, maybe some thunderstorms rolling through.
Oh, great. Delays.
Potential for delays, yeah. But then it's supposed to clear up in the afternoon. But then the heat and humidity really crank up.
How hot we've heard.
Talking maybe near 88 Fahrenheit, which is what, 31 Celsius? So pretty sticky.
Okay, so a real change. Morning storms, afternoon heat. How does that play out on the course, you think?
Well, the morning rain, if it comes, could soften things up a bit, maybe make scoring a touch easier for the early guys, assuming they get to play.
Right.
But delays could bunch things up later. And then that afternoon heat, it's a physical grind. Stamina, concentration become huge.
Yeah.
Could dry the greens out again, too.
Adds another layer of complexity for sure. All right, for everyone wanting to watch this unfold on Saturday, let's quickly run through the viewing info.
Okay, yeah. For listeners in Germany, Sky Sport Golf has it from 1.00 b.m. Central European Summertime.
Got it. UK?
UK, it's Sky Sports Golf starting midday, 12.00 p.m. British Summertime.
And in the US?
ESPN Plus has early coverage. Featured groups from 8 a.m. Eastern, then featured holes from 10 a.m. Eastern right through to 7 p.m. Then the main ESPN broadcast kicks in from 12 p.m. Eastern, noon, until 7 p.m. Eastern, and they'll have afternoon featured groups on ESPN Plus too, from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern. So plenty of options.
Great, thanks for that. So wrapping up day 2, Vegas leads, but that lead feels maybe a little shaky.
Definitely under pressure now, yeah.
You've got Kim with that historic ace, Homa firing on all cylinders, Scheffler lurking just 3 back.
A really bunched leaderboard setting up.
Plus, those big names missing the cut, Rory scraping through, the Lowry rule stuff, and now this weather forecast. It feels like anything could happen.
It really does. Day 3, moving day, is set up perfectly. You've got guys trying to win their first major, guys trying to add to their collection, all on a really demanding course with potentially tricky conditions. Should be fascinating.
Absolutely. So here's something for you to chew on as we head into the weekend. Considering everything, the leaderboard, the course, the pressure, the rules nuances, even the weather, what single factor do you think will be the most decisive in determining who actually lifts that Wanamaker trophy come Sunday evening? Something to think about. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.